Here's how I went from looking ugly to handsome. When I was a when I was younger, I was a fat little fuck. I had no game, no nothing, nada. I used to weigh 225 pounds, and through a protocol that I've created, I was able to go down to 150 pounds in body weight and be able to bend from that clean slate, create an aesthetic face, an aesthetic body that I'm proud of. In this video, I'll teach you the 5 steps that I took to be able to achieve this transformation. To first start, I have something a little written down. The FFLSD protocol. It's backwards. I'm sorry. Fat loss, fitness, looks maxing, social skills, and discipline. Let's start with the very first step, fat loss. Fat loss, like, completely vital. If I didn't do fat loss, I would still look absolutely terrible. We do fat loss by doing a caloric deficit. A caloric deficit basically means that we burn more calories than we ingest. So let's say you eat 2,000 calories in a day, then I burned 2,100 calories throughout the day. I'm going to lose 100 calories of body weight, 100 calories of fat, 100 calories of muscle. Guesses on what else I'm doing throughout the day? Very simple to do this is through dieting and also other things like fitness. That's the second step. Fitness, absolutely vital with fat loss. If we don't do fitness, we're not going to create an aesthetic body. We're not going to be able to create ourselves a handsome face, more masculine and dominant face, more testosterone driven. So the most important way to do fitness, and what I highly, highly recommend, because if you don't do fitness at all, you're like a subhuman, it's like creature and you just look terrible. So fitness, very, very important. I'd highly recommend you do weight training and some type of cardio. These things will develop muscle in your body, so weight training going to failure on your muscles, very, very close to failure, will be able to improve your muscles, give you a bigger chest, give you bigger arms, bigger back, everything else, as well as cardio, which will not even improve your heart health, it'll improve the way your face looks. You'll be able to get more sun, improve your testosterone, improve all your hormones, and also it will burn a lot more calories, so you can get a caloric deficit even easier, so you can start your weight loss journey way more better. Then the third step, let's bring it back out again, looks maxing. We need to improve our facial appearance. Looks maxing is absolutely important with this. Our facial appearance has asymmetries and has problems with it. If you take anything away from this video, please get a haircut. Get a really good haircut from a really good barber, and you will look significantly more handsome. You'll look so much more better. So that's why I got a haircut recently. Very simple. Just find a good barber. It's usually a Mexican barber on Instagram if you live in America. Absolutely just amazing. But then going from our hair, we need to also improve our facial hair. We can do a nice clean shave if our hair looks uneven, as I was talking about symmetry. Let's say I have patches of hair right here, right here, right here, and it's all patchy and terrible looking and scraggly looking. No bueno. Just shave it, get rid of it. Wait until you can get a nice even distribution. Now, after looking at facial hair, we need to look at our jawline. Almost everyone I know, they have this weird recessed jawlines. It's like their jaw just goes into their neck. Looks terrible. They don't have a jaw that protrudes outwards at all. You're able to just put your finger right there and see the actual line of the jaw. The best way to do this is to eliminate the poor posture, poor tongue top posture. We need to start mewing. You've probably heard of mewing before. Mewing, very simple. It's specifically where our tongue sits, because we usually mouth breathe all the time. When we force our tongue upwards on the roof of our mouth, we're able to start mewing, which puts an upward pressure, forward pressure for our face and our jaw to come forwards. So we stop this recession, this weird, like, just like it fuses into our neck into our spine, really weird looking. We're able to prevent that and push our face forward so we can have improve the look. We can also start nose breathing, which is good for our overall health as well, and eliminate mouth breathing. You can also use micropore tape. You can put it over your mouth so you can even breathe through your nose during the night and mew throughout the night, which I think is absolutely amazing. Don't do it if you have sleep apnea. But also if mewing, it improves our teeth. Improves our teeth because whenever we have high pressure, let's say my tongue is on my front teeth, it's going to separate my teeth, misalign my teeth, and mess up my teeth. Lots of people I know, they have really misaligned teeth. Easy way to do that is to start mewing. You can get Invisalign. Now, also with our teeth, we can get rid of our stank ass breath. I highly recommend an electric toothbrush. I have a sonic toothbrush. Look at that. It has like special fucking modes on it. It has an LED screen, LED display. Absolutely amazing at cleaning our stinky ass breath. I used to have tons of plaque because I was just using this like a normal toothbrush. It takes even more time, more effort, and it's way more exhaustive, and you barely get anything done. I also highly recommend you get actual good toothpaste. I use Sensodyne. It's decent. Still has fluoride in it, so if you want to eliminate fluoride, you need to find a fluoride-free toothpaste. This doesn't have any like weird fucking cancer dyes in it, like fucking Red 40, Blue One, anything else. So once we get rid of our stank ass breath, we need to whiten our teeth. I really like this Opalescence Go. Um, Very expensive, but I've used all that like the Amazon shit. Absolutely terrible. Barely does anything. This very first time I used it, I saw like instant improvement in my teeth because when we have this nice fresh breath, we're more handsome. When we have this white teeth, we get the halo effect, which just means that we look better. We have white teeth. My teeth is still not perfectly white. We have white teeth that improves and makes people more attracted to you. They trust you more. You're more attractive to them. Now that we don't look like a freak anymore, we can improve our social skills. When we look more handsome, we're more naturally attractive. People trust us more because we have, like I said, the halo effect. But we're probably still introverted. We're probably still weird and just act weird in social situations. Like you hear stories of guys, they go to the gym, they get very, very strong and nice looking, but they get no women. It's because they have no social skills. You can read books. I have a book over there, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Pretty good book. I highly recommend it if you're poor at social skills, but what I highly recommend, this is what you should do, is I just recommend you talk simply just talk to more people. When you talk to more people, you test your social skills, you learn how to go through social situations, and I would just recommend starting talking to older people, talking to people that you open the door for them, talking to people at the gym. If you start going to the gym, you better start going to the gym. If you start going to the gym, you need to start talking to people. When you start talking to people, this anyone, you highly improve your social skills as you'll be more social, you'll be more extroverted, you'll just feel more happy because you won't feel as lonely, you won't feel like people don't like you. But if you still talk to people, you're still doing this testing the waters, learning, and it just doesn't feel right. You feel like you're intruding. They feel like you just don't like them. Just stop, move on with your day, and just don't even worry about it. Because if you start worrying about it, is this going to make the problem worse? So please just talk to more people, improve your social skills. You can read a book on it if you'd like. The last step that I did was to create discipline. Show you the FFLSD protocol. Fat loss, fitness, looks, maxing, social skills. Now, discipline. Discipline is absolutely important and vital as not only does it help us to stay consistent in these new habits we're creating these habits of diet, we're creating these habits of going to the gym, we're creating these habits of being more social, of doing skincare, of mewing, of taking care of our dental health more, improving ourselves. We're going to run into issues where we don't want to. You're going to wake up one day, you're not going to be like, oh, I really, really do not want to go to the gym. I really, really do not want to fucking brush my fucking teeth. Some people, they don't brush their teeth because they have no motivation. That's why we need to build discipline. That's why we need to realize that in that moment where you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to brush your teeth, you don't want to mew, you don't want to go try to socialize with people, that is the most important time to do it. When you have discipline, you do the hard work when you don't feel it. You do the hard work when you is the best time to do it. You do it no matter what. You go to the gym no matter what. And when you do that, you'll build more positive feedback because you'll feel more confident when you realize that after going to the gym so many times, even when you didn't want to, you improved how you look. You have more muscle. You feel more confident. You feel proud of yourself. When you do all of these things, you're able to get motivation, which is just discipline, but even better. Because when you're motivated, when you're excited to go to the gym, you're excited to be able to improve yourself. You're excited to take care of yourself, then you won't need as discipline as much. But it's also crucial to always have discipline. So create discipline. Force yourself to go into the uncomfortable things that you don't want to do. When you feel like you don't want to go to the gym, go to the gym. Force yourself to go to the gym. Force yourself to go to cardio. Because when you do it and you feel accomplished, you realize that you've accomplished something. You'll feel so much more happy about yourself. I'm Hunter Smith. I'm working on this YouTube channel and a course to help young men improve themselves both aesthetically with their face and their body, as well as create mental fortitude in their head so they are more strong and more masculine. As I've gone through this whole entire journey myself, I've made so many mistakes. I've had to create discipline. I've had to force myself to improve myself so I can feel more happy and more confident about myself. Because I see men every single day that are just sad about themselves. They have no confidence. They hate themselves. And they just look terrible. And I want them to not feel self conscious about themselves. I want them to feel confident. I want them to be able to get respect from others, find their future wives, and truly be happy with their lives so they can go and conquer their purpose. So thank you for watching. I hope this helped. You better start going to the gym and mewing, alright? Peace.